Let's cross live now to our correspondent, Emmanuel Ajayi, who is in Lagos. He's been monitoring development, and he has some updates for us from the INEC Collation Center in the state. Emmanuel, what updates do you have for us at this time?
Well, many thanks, Abosede. Right now, I'm at the State Collation Center here in Yaba, Lagos, Nigeria, where what we're supposed to be doing at the moment is the collation of results from the 20 local governments in the state. But at the moment, at exactly 11 p.m., the representative of the INEC, that's the Resident Electoral Commissioner, Mr. Agbaje, came in to announce to journalists here that the collation will start at exactly 11 a.m. Tomorrow. Well, that's the news just coming from the INEC office. That's the State Collation Office from here in Lagos. What they're saying, the collation of results will resume or start at 11 a.m. tomorrow. And that's what is coming from this place at the moment. Over to you, Abosede.
And indeed, result of the postponement of election in the Victoria Garden City, for instance, there would have to be some level of wait for the votes in that particular area for the results to get to the State Collation Center before that would be accommodated. Talk to us about the areas you visited earlier in the day and what you noticed there.
Well, earlier in the day, I was at a different polling unit. I started with that in Ikeja, where we saw about a low turnout of voters in that particular area. From there, we also moved to area of Okota, precisely where we saw security presence there, heavy security of operatives on ground to ensure that it's a smooth process. Well, you recall that there are some pockets of skirmishes of violence in that particular area. From there, we also moved around the highland, where we also saw some voters there saying, talking about voting at a particular time, which they are expected to have ended their voting. But, you know, because of the large turnout of voters in that particular area, the voting the counting and the voting has to end at exactly about 5 or 6 thereabouts. So that's what we can see here in Lagos, but at the moment, we're supposed to be doing the collation of results right here at the State Collation Center, but no results coming in from any of the local governments. You recall that we have 20 local governments in Lagos State, but none of the results is coming in at the moment.
And indeed, of course, it would just not be ideal to have people gathered, just seated without any results being announced. Emmanuel, while you were out, did you notice the presence of persons with special needs? Because we know that there was a special call to them to be part of the process, and especially for INEC to ensure that assistive tools are available for them to exercise the franchise.
Well, I must be sincere with you, Abosede. With the polling unit visited today, people like that, as people living, people with disabilities, well, I didn't see any of them. To the local governments or some of the polling units I visited today, I didn't see any of them, because some of the polling units visited, it's just a low turnout of voters. That is what I can authoritatively tell you in what some of the polling units I have visited.
All right, Emmanuel, thank you very much for that update. I hope you are able to catch a power nap.
Before I let you go, well, the hall is very empty at the moment. Well, we have a couple of journalists here seated and also waiting to hear or start seeing results coming from local government. But it came as a shock to some of us here that it's deserted hall. You can see at my back, where we are supposed to be seeing INEC officials seated to give us a result from each of the local governments, but none is coming from any of the local governments in Lagos at the moment. So the time is 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, and we'll be right here to give you all the nitty-gritty concerning results coming from each of the local governments in Lagos State.
All right, reporter Emmanuel Ajayi there at the INEC Collation office there in Yaba area of Lagos, bringing us updates and telling us that the collation of results will begin at 11 on Sunday, 19th of March, 2023. Right, let's get to some other stories. Still in Lagos, voters in Ikeja area of Lagos have actually commended security operatives